Thursday morning, and what are you doing, Ronnie? I'm welding the staircase. So, did we get 3 at 2 then? Or 3? Oh, you've cut one, have you? Yeah. Oh, is that the other piece? Alright, that's the 500. So Ronnie's just going to start fabricating this staircase so we can get... He's going to build it here, then we're going to forklift it onto the tipper, take it to the galvanising place. They're going to galvanise it, and then hopefully we can put it back on the tipper and take it to Chester / North Wales. So how are you going to do it? Talk us through how you're going to do it. Like, what's all these pieces for? So are they for the treads?
Yeah.
You're trying to do it as efficient as possible.
Efficient.
What are you saying?
Structured sound, perfectly working order, and save you a few bobs as well.
Yeah. So what? These are the stringers, and
different steps to sit on you.
And what, they're going that way? On the angle of whatever it is, yeah.
43.
42.
42 degrees.
Oh, do you have to put a tilt on them so that water doesn't sit nice?
Sit nice where?
On the steps.
You're getting checker plates, aren't you?
But that's what I mean. So, but if water landed and it was perfectly level, would that freeze?
Well, I don't know, like, but that's a degree-year-old bottom on 23. And if it's checker plate, you have no problem with it.
Yeah. Just I'll have a little Google now, see if there's anything we've got to think about.
We can make our own steps.
Yeah.
Using checker plates off Alexander steel.
Yeah.
And just get a flat bar, put your angle on it. It's just stiffening along the front now, rather than getting them formed like that at 35 quid a pop.
Yeah. That'll probably be easier then, yeah.
Just get, if that's your step.
You just get you get checker plate like that.
There's a flat bar along there, and that just gives it a strength then.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that then, yeah.
And we'll need a dozen bits of plate.
Okay.
Now we've got 1200 to play with. How wide do you want them? The steps.
I think has he asked for 900 wide the staircase?
Is he stipulating 900 wide?
I think so, yeah.
That's right. We'll go and meet then.
Yeah.
We'll go and meet
yeah. Yeah, do that then, yeah. And then it's all we can get it done then, can't you? Not.
It's all cutting now, and it's all cutting with a grinder, not a machine. You know what I mean? So every one of them's got to be cut at each end. So now these, right, again. When it comes to putting these on, you know, on another job, this would all be drilled, and then those would be bolted, they'll all be pre-drilled and bolted, but obviously I'm going to weld them all up.
Sound?
But that means it's got to go to galvanisers that long.
Yeah. He said 5 metres he can do.
Well, this is 4.5.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, as long as I can forklift it onto the tipper, and then they'll lift it off, galvanise it, put it back on the tipper, and then we'll take it to... Anything you need?
I'll make that part.
Do you need more welding sticks?
Some bolts. I think I've got some of them.
I'm looking at buying a stick, a MIG welder as well. A 3-phase one, it would have been easier for you, wouldn't it?
3-phase would be awesome.
Yeah.
And little ones are off the gas, but the 3-phase. Do anything with them.
Well, I'll look at it. I haven't got the money at the minute, but...
No, yeah, well, you know, I can do with the stick better than most people can do with the MIG anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, I'll come back in a bit, see how you're getting on. Right, I am trying to get stuff done on the yard today, doing paperwork. However, as with everything, as soon as it hits 8 o'clock and people come into work, problems arise. So, I come here last night and parked the tipper and trailer, and now the skip company's just arrived. And I'm the only one with the key, so let's get these gates on. I'll move this so we can grab the skip, and we'll check how the lads are getting on. So we're gonna get rid of that. Yeah, that's right. I think you had Phil's breaker, didn't you? As I say, try and break that off, and then you want to return it to level with this, yeah?
Yeah, so it's just being out. We want an L shape here, and then
yeah.
Flat side there.
Yeah. Sound. And you can see here we're gonna What's he?
It's over with Pablo's tools in.
Yeah.
Get the cement out of there.
Yeah,
Get
I know the thingy bags. They're not waterproof, are they, them ones?
paper,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we'll use them first. Yeah, if you just try and get this bit ready for him to start laying them, chest's not going to drop 4 ton of sand off. And I say I'll try and grab them cement so that yeah. But I think 16 cement are coming with the chestnut delivery. Yeah, sound looking good. What are you planning, Dave? What's you thinking for setting out? Obviously that side and that side, but then what? How are you gonna?
Well, obviously I can only run with the
Put you on the
existing
spot.
line.
He's put you on the spot for YouTube. Do you feel like you're being interviewed, Dave?
That's it, yeah. I'm gonna build back in
Have you seen that fella from Liverpool goes round with the spatula?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And his mate always says, "Yum."
I'm gonna try bond it out just on one course, so I know where it's going.
Well, are you gonna run a course in all the way?
Well, I'm not gonna lay it. I'm just gonna dry bond it.
Yeah.
And so I know where they're all gonna land, and then I'll build rack backs in sections along. So I haven't got a 40-metre long string line, you know what I mean? And then I'll just do it in sections as I come up.
Sound? You can use the laser if you want.
Yeah. But plus it means I can.
Well, it might not be laser level though, will it? So
I don't think this is laser straight, to be honest, mate. I think it's got a kink in it there, and it's got one down there as well.
yeah.
I don't think it is actually perfectly straight.
So are you going to string line it from there to there and see?
Well, I'm gonna get a bit of rebar. I'll find here and just hammer a rebar and I'll pull a string to the corner.
Yeah.
Go from that way.
Sound?
Oh, we've got petal for that there. Look. Think she might if
We use some of them.
we commandeered one of these for our purposes, like.
Yeah, I think they'll be alright.
She seems to nice.
If you say it helps keep the wall straight.
Well, yeah, it's in her interest anyway, isn't it?
Sound? Right. I'll be back later then with the cement. Right, enough messing around for the day. Now, it does make me realise that, like, when you set out, like, you can plan your week and whatever. However, stuff just appears in your day that you're like, I wasn't expecting that. But today I am focusing on, I've got to submit documents tomorrow to Land Registry. Now, I don't mind showing these because I feel like if I'm honest and open, it makes everything, you know, just fair and better, and I don't know what else you want me to say. But hopefully, you know, if I am honest and open, that whatever happens, you know, I can't do anything, you know, I can't fudge numbers or fudge documents or do whatever. I've just got to try and be, like I say, as honest as I can. Now, let me go through what I've got basically. So this is where I'm up to with the land next door that the neighbours are claiming is theirs. So I won't show you their stuff because obviously it's personal photos and stuff. But they've basically submitted photos showing that, you know, they've had the use of the land for many years. However, the previous owners have stated that, you know, they knew they had use of the land, and like they sort of left them to it, let them use it on the basis that when they do come to develop the land that they'd have to give it back. And the same with the previous owner. So what happened was, this is a good document because you'll see on these documents as well, look, so the builder's yard is there in red. There's no nursery, there's no adventure playground. So the builder's yard's been there before the nursery and the, yeah. So here's an up-to-date one. So you can see children's nursery, and then this is the adventure playground here. So none of that was there when the builder's yard was first sort of set up and used and fenced off. So this is the title that I bought. However, before this, I there was an application from the neighbours for a correction of title. So their land they own is that blue bit there, and as you can see, there was a rectangle side extension, and basically the side extension was basically built onto the land that the person who owned it had done adverse possession for. So there was a family who owned obviously the blue bungalow on this drawing, and what they did is they did an adverse possession of what's now the builder's yard. So the fella who ran a construction and demolition company, he owned this house, done an adverse possession of this on the railway. So I've got the documents off the railway, who didn't refuse basically to the adverse possession. So this document is actually the adverse possession. So it was 1977 they owned the builder's yard from, and in 1986 they done an application for adverse possession. So that's what this document is, and at the back of this document is the adverse possession they done. So they tried, the fella who owned it before them was trying to claim a much bigger section of the yard, which is what's like hashed in there, and there's like a straight line, so that's where he's put the fence. However, Land Registry decided that it would be the red line, not the hashed bit. So the family, they considered they owned basically all this, and when they lived there, they didn't have fences or anything. They had, they had this bit fenced off originally, and then there's like trees and that have grown since. But they've obviously the titles have always been what they were. So this family owned this and the plot at the back as well. Where's that one? It's on another document, that one. I've got a bit of the land at the back they own as well. I'll get that in a minute. But yeah, basically, so what's happened is the family then, they gave the house to one daughter, the yard to another daughter, and this bit to another daughter. I think he had 3 daughters. So the house got sold off first, and obviously that's what they've bought. However, the family, when they lived there, obviously just used it as what they wanted. So when they bought the house, they only bought the blue bit. They didn't buy, all the bit that was fenced off in the yard and whatever else. However, I can understand sort of them saying, well, we've used it for that long. The only bit that confuses me, obviously, on this document, it's got like faint lines drawn here, there and everywhere, where I'm guessing they've like fenced this bit off. But then, no, it's like a hashed line there, so it's not a fence. There's a few different hashed lines. So I think they had buildings here, and they fenced the back bit off. They fenced this bit off. Yeah, and then they had like a carport here, a little extension there, and again, I'm guessing that was the garden bit, but this bit was open. That's why it's hashed. Now, at some point, the neighbours, when they moved in here, have fenced that off. Now, there's a fella who lives down here who has been in the street for 50 odd years. He told me, I remember them fencing that, and I thought, it's a bit, at some point it's going to come back to bite them that, you can't just fence stuff off and take it. You can, under adverse possession, squatters' rights. So that's what they're claiming. However, one sister owned this, sold it. The other sister owned this, and they obviously knew that the family were using this bit, but they weren't doing anything with the yard at the time. It was obviously just still used as a storage for the dad's stuff, whilst unfortunately the dad went into care. Now, this is where obviously all the issues have come, because they've been using it with the previous owner's permission and the previous owner before hers permission. So they can't, on paper, you can't claim adverse possession for something that you're being allowed to use. I feel like I've learned loads more about adverse possession now, but it's still like most stuff, it's still sort of open to interpretation, and you know, each case is judged on its own merits. But from my point of view, this was like a bit messy. So I said to the previous owner, look, you know, you need to sort this out with land registry before I buy it. So that's where we got to this bit, where the owners of the bungalow next door, they tried to claim adverse possession of the fence bit they've got now. However, land registry come back and said that had been either dismissed, failed, or they'd filled paperwork in wrong or something. However, they then done an application for, it's called I'll just hide the previous owner's details. It's called a B141, which is a notice of an application for alteration to the register. So that was this one. And basically, they've got a side extension there now, which I said to them, well, you know, I'm not going to make people knock the side extension down.
Can I go to Screwfix?
Yeah. And so I said, look, I've got no objections to us signing that bit over. So we actually signed this bit of land over to them, which was their side extension. And then following that, land registry then said, right, okay, that they own that and you own the rest. That was it. So there's the new document off land registry, and this is title absolute. So this meant that, you know, title absolute means like that's what you're buying, that's it. No one can come and claim that land now. However, so my solicitors instructed me to buy it, bought it, and now they've put an adverse possession claim in, even though this was title absolute. And so now I've had to dig back years and years and years to say I've got these original documents from 1986, and hopefully, you know, I've just got to put all this into a case summary now and send it off to land registry, and either it's going to go to a trial or they'll read this and the evidence and dismiss their case. But either way, you know, who knows? Anything that goes to court or a trial, it can go either way, can't it? Obviously, it's got enough merit to go that far, so we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, this is what's been sort of stressing me out a bit, because I felt like I'd done everything right. I even offered to sign over this bit of land to them in exchange for extending the main from there to there, as it would have saved me 27,000 and this land's worth roughly 24,000. However, they said no to that, and then I offered to let them use the land, but then once they sell the house, we put the fence back. So I still own it. They're allowed to use it. They've got the sheds and whatever on it. And then when they do eventually sell the house, they give it back, and they said no to that. So I feel like I've tried everything to, you know, come to some sort of amicable solution for this, what's happened. But like, at the moment, I feel like I'm the one losing out, because the previous owner, the owner who sold them the house, said that like they knew they were buying just that. They knew they weren't buying this. So they haven't lost out by buying this house thinking that they owned all this bits with it. They just knew that they were getting to use it. However, I feel like I'm the one losing out here, because I've bought it. Like, I've paid 24 grand for that bit, and then obviously the rest of the yard. So like, if they do sign it over, I'll be the one who's lost 24 grand plus had to go through all this. And then, you know, there's a chance where they could then try and sue me for costs of going through the application, etc. So I'm trying to keep the cost down. So I'm trying not to incorporate too many costs, because I don't want this to go, like, legal battles can go into a point where the solicitors and lawyers and barristers cost more than the land's worth, which is what I don't want to get to, which is why I was trying to come up with them amicable solutions. But that's what I've got to do now. I've got to go through all that, type it up and send it, email it to land registry and obviously the applicants, the neighbours, and then I'll also probably post a copy as well, just to make sure. But yeah, I could be doing, I wish I was doing other stuff to do with work, but this is sort of needs my attention now, and I just need to sit down and feel like I'm back at school. But hopefully it gets resolved either way and we can both move forward. This office life is stressing me out. I just had a call from Davy Turner about my container, and they said one of the items, the commodity code that the manufacturer sent, doesn't exist, and so they just clicked the next one like nearest to it, and there was an import tax, an anti-dumping duty of 64.17%, which means that for that one item I'd have to pay an additional £5,000 plus deferment fee. So I'm like, what the hell? So she sent me the commodity code and I clicked on it, and it's like a totally different machine, and I was like, oh, thank God for that. So I've just gone on myself and checked the commodity code for this, and it's 0% from China to here. And I got worried because I was chatting to the director at Welder Faber, and he was saying about how JCB won a court case about like, you know, Chinese companies building these excavators the same as JCB and selling them like so much cheaper that JCB just couldn't compete. They won a court case, and so now they have like this additional duty and stuff. And I was thinking, I wonder whether this was it, like whether JCB have just cost me £5,000 more plus fees and whatever. But thankfully I got the same codes as the last one I imported, which was 0% duty. But something I definitely need to check if I am buying something in the future, make sure to check the commodity code, because 64%, wow. Right, I'm gonna go get some lunch and do a quick call out job. Right, I've just been to Cozy Living Job then to come, two of them, and just called past my mate's house again. So this one where we self-levelled this bit, and what we're doing now is there was maybe a few mil difference between the slab there and here once he put the jab light down. So what he's going to do is put the 100mm jab light now, finishes flush with that, what it does now, and then he's going to put 100mm jab light over this area, and then he's going to put 25mm over this area and that bit, and then 22mm chipboard flooring finishes flush with the bottom of the laminate. So that's it, perfect then. So as you walk in this room, it'll all be flat, insulated, and it'll be a floating floor basically. Yeah, that was his best sort of solution rather than digging up the whole slab. The other option would be to dig the whole slab up, 150mm of this down, then with the membrane in, and then like we do a normal extension then. But this way, he's able to put 125mm insulation down and just have a floating floor, which works nice and easy. So we've done that now, and I think he's got 3 hours. He's just trying to get 25mm jab light now to go over everywhere. Right, back to the yard, get these documents done. Right, I don't like being an office clerk, but I've got everything done, I think, that I need to, which is good. And you can see Ronnie's made a good start on, there's the landing for the stairs, obviously the other side of that's checker plate, and he's done one of the stringers here, so just the other stringer to do. But that's it for Thursday. Bit of a boring day. Tomorrow is a chocker day actually, so I've got to go shopping now, buy some stuff for the yard and for ours and stuff. I've just been in my office and I don't actually have a pen in my office, which is embarrassing, isn't it? It's like a builder not having a tape measure or a hammer, which unfortunately happens to me quite a lot as well. Right, see you tomorrow. Right, Friday morning, I've already been to the yard sending off the documents, although loads of the documents were too big to send on email. So I've had to create a Dropbox. I don't know whether Land Registry are going to accept that or not, but we'll see. And me and Ben, congratulations, Ben. Woo. Is now a Fencer registered installer. having...
Get around us.
I've just done this one and I gave Ben the easy one. That your drill didn't fit in and...
We got that?
Yeah. But yeah, so we've just had the fencer assessor out this morning. So it's... Oh God, it's 20 to 11. And having done that, I'm now going to go and fit a door for Cozy Living. So get that done, and then 1 o'clock I've got a meeting on the yard with our health and safety advisor. So hopefully there'll be a good end to the week. This
big day.
A big day, yeah. But he's just going to come and advise anything that we can change on the yard to make it safer and more compliant. And I've sent all the documents off, so hopefully that one's ticked off now, and we're just waiting for if it goes to a hearing or if they'll make a decision beforehand, which is what I'm hoping for.
What's it over?
The land the neighbours have took.
Oh.
And now I've got to go back to the yard and finish off getting statements from neighbours who are either in support or the yard just doesn't bother them at all. It says on the application 70 people objected, and I've only found 10.
But what's the radius for your objection?
It says 10. It says 70 within like whatever they call like the catchment area, and like I've literally got I've found 10 people max who have complained about it, who have objected, and some of them have actually, after I've spoken to them, have said, like, oh, look, I didn't realise it was going to be that. The councillors come round and told us it was going to be a B&Q and told us to object. So, I'm hopefully slowly going through, ticking bits off. But yeah, let me, well done. I might try and get some of the other lads on the windows then as well. It'll be after something we'll have to start pushing more.
Yeah, I was telling Nick and Scott to get on it.
Yeah. They need to do the 18th edition as well. So now the windows are coming and they start getting the windows in, and you can see the lads have started. Is it 125 in? 125 overlap, bridging. Yeah. So we've got 150 total. But you can see, yeah, getting there now, and then this will be ready for plasterboarding then.
The inspector's coming.
Tomorrow? Today?
Yeah, probably any time now, really.
Oh, is he?
Late morning, so.
So Ben's rang the building inspector. He's coming out anytime now. And as you can see, they've started boarding here. We've changed this window, haven't we? So as you can see, if we were to board that, we haven't got much thing on that. So we've made that window slightly smaller so that we can properly board that wall. And you can see here where the lads have put a sliver of plasterboard, and that's to get around the steel. So you put a sliver, and then we bridge that with the full board. Get in there. Right, go on. I'll see you in a bit. You right? Looking good. Did you see the thing I sent about the steps? They're like 20 something quid each. No, he rang me and said, it'd be cheaper to buy them from Burdens than them to do them. So he just sent me a link for them and said they're like 20 something quid each. So he was like, it costs more than that for us to make them. So he sent that through, so we'll just be able to buy them, and you can go and get them if you want.
We're from Burdens.
Is it Burdens? I think it's Burdens, yeah. No, not that far. Oh, I've got your music on, haven't we? Right, so we're going to go to the student job now. Fit the front door. So if you want to come with me, Ronnie, if you want to go and pick up, or carry on, or go and pick up them. Alright, if you want to come with me, we'll rip this door out. And then how have you got on? You haven't? No. Have you just sunbathed?
Just decided it's a big list.
Oh, me bloody office sign. As if it's done that. hasn't done that in set, has he? Oh! Is the other ones alright?
No, everything's wonky. I can see
I knew-
that toilet's probably is wonky.
I knew when I put them on, I was thinking, oh, I should have screwed them. And I was like, nah, they'd be alright with loads of silicone on. Oh,
I haven't actually done anything today, no, mate. I've decided to be Lewis today.
what's that mean?
I just dust and just sat around.
You said he worked hard yesterday. Was that a joke?
No, he does brilliant yesterday. It surprised me.
Yeah, we're going to go past there now and have a look. Sound, we got the... I'm going to try and get back here for 1 for the health and safety visit. Has the guy come picked his microphone up?
Yeah.
So we can be as loud as we want now?
I was shouting abuse to her anyway, saying, Andy, I thought you were spying on us again.
He thought it was my camera, my microphone. Andy's listening in on us. Sound.
Have a look then, or what?
It's what?
We'll come in and have a look about it, we'll just see for yourself, like, yeah.
Boss? Got loads of racking now, haven't we?
Yeah.
And it's just going through sorting it out now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did Dave not find that grinder? He rang me, I said, mate, I've got 4 grinders on the yard. I said, I've literally got 4 grinders on the yard. Was Ronnie saying the handle's gone off that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's that gone?
I don't know.
It was in that other container there.
Have a look.
It might be a bit premature when we haven't got a sink or anything yet, but I was in Home and Bargain the other day and got them, and then I got some like cleaning stuff for the toilet, so just gonna go and throw them in now. And that other mirror needs to go up as well. Right, let's go and get some work done. You right? Casual Fridays again? Have you got high vis off me?
No, I've asked you for one.
What size are you, medium?
Medium, yeah.
They're on the yard. I've literally just come from the yard as well. Have they got them? How are you getting on? Oh, you got that built up? Yeah. Have you asked them how they wanted the pointer or whatever?
I was just going to ask the housemates. I think
Yeah.
I've got some up there, yeah.
Yeah.
He
That'll
has
match it.
said, he just came out before. He come out, he was made up with it, and he said, oh, I tell you what, I know it's a bolt on, I'll speak to Andy, but he wants, you know, like an outdoor kitchen area. So like 3 nibs coming off this wall, and then he can put like a concrete top on. So we can store like wood under one and put a pizza
Oh, I
on
get
and all
you.
that.
Sounds?
So yeah, I don't know.
Is this what you've done? Just stringed it to that, then string that?
I'm just following the footing, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of a dog leg in it.
Yeah,
So
but
it's just I've got to stay on.
it'll be straight.
Yeah, as I say, it comes along here and then there's a kink and then it'll just be straight down there then.
Sounds? Looking good. Let's have a look. You alright, mate? So I'm guessing he'll want something over here where he wants pillars doing. And they've done well there, look. That's the one thing of doing it in the summer. The soil stays where it is. Sad. Just we see how long they take to get this up now. Don't forget to film. So we just unhooked the trailer and we're at Oldham Brothers now, tipping the last bit. And I think that should be it on that job now for waste. So tip has paid for itself, although it's cost us well more coming here now to get rid of this than going to Mainsway. So Mainsway is a tenner, whereas this has cost 120. So my mistake, we should have drove the extra 20 minutes, half an hour to Mainsway. That's cost me someone's wage for the day, that.
Andy.
Nah, you will have to. Every time I do that, so when we tip this, now obviously the suspension lift right back up.
Depends on how far that goes down,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
And I'll buy a new one of them because that's annoying, isn't it? The wheel's on its way out anyway. But we have to lift, obviously, the jack up sort of twice as high because all the weight's gone off the tipper. So I'm back on the yard and we've just had our health and safety advisor out, and he's just gone through the yard, and what he's going to do is do us a risk assessment for us to have a 7.5 ton van / truck on the yard. And he was quite impressed with what we've done so far. So hopefully, there's not too many recommendations on there, but yeah, as long as we can do that and then hopefully get a clean bit of health to go to the operator's license with, and it's just another tick list, another cost, but yeah, another tick list that gets us one step closer.
You look dead weird without a cap.
I look weird without a cap.
Yeah,
It feels different without my cap. My hair pokes me in the eye. It's really annoying. But I was wondering what that big spot was on the thing. It's my new, it's my new clamp. There's no point putting that W on, is there? I'm going to put that big spot on the windscreen. Right, we're going to mix some sand cement or with some quick dry and self leveler. There's a drain that has got a lip on, which we're not able to dig it up. So what we're going to do is just self level and just hopefully take away the edge that keeps catching waste and stuff and blocking. But yeah, so we're going to put this down and then tell them not to use the water for 3 hours while it sets, and then hopefully it'll pass up without. I'm hoping it won't pull it up. What I might do is I might like score some of the pipe so that it it adheres to it, unless it's a bit warm. We'll have a look now if we've got a bucket. So Phil just said all this to me and I was like, yeah. And then he was like, have you got a bucket? And I was like, ooh, like everything I have in my van.
You might be asking a bit much.
I might, yeah. If not, we'll just mix it in like something, because we don't need much. It's literally to take the lip off a little. Okay. Right, let's go and have a look. I knew we had the bucket. I've got everything on that van. Right, so this is the drain. Looks sound there, however, just there, look. We've got a lip where it keeps catching. So, just there, look. So we'll try this. I'll just put a tiny bit down, let it go there. So you're just going to turn everything off to do with water now. It does, if we do it quite thick, although we don't want it too thick because we want it to be smooth. We want it to go there, you know what I mean? And then just see it'll fill in the little gaps. Let's do it and we'll stick the camera down and see it level off. Right, let's see if I can get this down. And then I just need something to push it down with, probably.
What did you want? So you got stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's alright then if we do that. It should be on the floor anyway, really, shouldn't it? Yeah. Let me get that down there. Yeah, we've reached that bit now. I thought this was like a fairly new build. But they've got proper damp there, look. That's proper. That's just rising damp, isn't it? Look, you don't even have to like measure it or do anything, it's just rising damp. So, how many walls? Oh, tell you what I've got now. Hold on. I've got one sec. I got suckered in on Timu, lad.
Yeah, man.
Sending me emails going, you got £200 free, completely free!
No. Yeah.
Completely free!
Yeah.
Right, the only thing I don't know about this is, look, it's got T and B. Do you know what that does? That's for internet, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. It's got T and B, so you can put the spikes on and like, I don't know whether that's like test or what, or...
No, I think it's for different types of material, you know.
Is it? But like, what's the point?
I don't, there's the point there, mate.
Oh, no.
That's the point.
What's the point in oh, I tell you what.
That's never need a point.
The whole thing went free. I was thinking, those spikes went in quite quick. But yeah, I think that's definitely damp. So was I getting then 60 something? 88, 80 odd. Yeah, that's the wettest I've seen on this new machine. But yeah, it's just how far it goes. That's why I was getting this to check. Yeah, there's damp as well. Is it all? But it feels like it feels like it's got a void.
It feels cold and wet.
Look, it's got a void.
Yeah.
So for that to be that damp is like,
Sort of a lot from the ground.
yeah. But it's just where
Where's it getting in?
I think I don't know whether that's normal. You know, like
What was it?
like 11.
Yeah, probably is, isn't it?
Yeah, if I go here where like that's not damp.
Humidity.
I think that's just humidity,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mode 24, 43%. Is that just in the air then?
I think so.
Mat 1. Mat 1. Sound? Mat 2, mat 3, mat 4, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So you must be able to like store different things. But yeah, that's damp.
I agree.
So I'll just measure it now and we'll just give them a price for it. What I'm going to do from now on is just give these a price per metre squared and say, rather than me going round, if it's like that, just there's your rough estimate to give the landlord if you want to just give him a rough idea. And then we can always, you know, check it on a survey. Just rough. I'm going to say 4 metres.
Well, 325.
We'll say 4 and then I charge more.
Whatever you want.
So, and then this one as well, we'll do that. Because that's been done there, look, hasn't it? That's a new board.
Yeah.
Or no, they've had a board there, maybe. So 325
And 306.
and 306.
7
And
meters.
I wonder whether it's like... No, I think that's alright. So it's only that front bit, isn't it?
7 meters.
That's weird, isn't it?
Right.
So we're just on another job now and definitely needs de-weeding, doesn't it? They've got a leak on the shower or bath waste. The gutters are full of crap. And they said something in the back garden,
And
so
moss going on the wall there.
that's just from that splash.
Yeah.
But look at the back roof that comes down over the utility. It's got a fair bit of moss on it. I don't know if it's a problem or not. There's also a blocked sink in room 3. And what else was the original reason he said?
Good tile.
Oh, it's a gutter loose and a slate in the back. And the gutters need a clean at the front and back too. So let's go and have a look at the back bit. Quite big, isn't it?
Like the rest of
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, come and go off at the back. Like the rest of the property, big bush shit, yeah. All that's
So
come away from the roof there, Dave.
yeah. Oh, there's the slate there, look. My ladder will reach that, but it's... I don't know whether it depends where the slates come from, doesn't it? Whether it's just slipped off there or they've got a bird's nest on the roof as well, look. So it's a scaffold job, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then they've got moss all on the back of the roof, which, yeah, does cause problems. Moss deteriorates the life of your roof tiles. I don't know what deteriorates them more though. people who scratch the moss off or jet wash it, or the moss. I'm guessing the moss, but
You deteriorate my will to live, Andy.
yeah, just clean that off. Alright, anything else while we're here? So it's a bit of a in the toilet. Let's go and have a look at that. Oh, yeah, you can get on this one.
I don't want to. On strike.
That house was that house needed a lot of stuff doing, didn't it?
Yeah.
If I mean, they said they just took that over.
Have they?
Yeah. But
Get some work done and then throw some tenants in.
that was like scaffold front and back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know whether we'd bring one tower of scaffold, set up the back, do that, move the scaffold to the front. Makes more sense, doesn't it, rather than
one stillage.
Yeah. Just bring one stillage and just set it up twice.
Yeah.
And what else was there on there? Oh, and all the damp in there. I think the damp in the kitchen though will get solved when they fix the soil pipe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just when we could do that, because I'm guessing they want it all doing ASAP, don't they?
Yeah.
Right, let's go. I forgot about G-Bar, you know. It's 3 o'clock now, so let's see if we can get this door in.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably end up going G-Bar on my own. Oh, you gonna let me go? No.
To refine the road, as you call it, the driveway, and lease it, put it on a long-term lease to you, so you will have exclusive, well not exclusive, but you'll have total use of it as you wish, just as if it was you'd bought it off me, but it will still be mine.
Okay, but how old are you?
How old am I? I'm 70.
And how long do you want to put the lease on for?
10 years.
10 years. Normally peppercorn leaseholds are like 999 years.
Yeah.
Like a 10-year lease for access to the parking
Yeah.
would it flag up on evaluation as, like, you know.
Yeah. I take your point.
Yeah, obviously it doesn't make a difference if which way it works, but obviously either we own it and you have total access to it, it's green, it's blue on the land registry document to say that you've forever got access to it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking I might struggle to get permission for a garage, particularly if I've only got access through someone else's property.
Well, no, it wouldn't be. It'd be shared access.
Yeah.
So you could almost put it as like shared access between the two land registry titles. So we'd both own it. But it's up to you. I mean, if you want to own it, then you'll have to pay all the upkeep on it.
Well, I mean, you'll have to. If you're going to do the properties, you're going to have to bring it up to standard, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, if you want to own it out, if you want to own the driveway to the parking and the gardens, it's like it's up to the owner then to sort of maintain it, unless you leave. You know what I mean? It just goes a bit messy.
Well, who's going to maintain it otherwise?
Well, we were. But I'm saying if you want to own it, then obviously it switches to you, doesn't it?
It's what, sorry?
If you want to own it, it switches to you. Or we do a share. I don't know. I mean, I don't think that really matters, as long as, like,
I know it probably doesn't matter, but
you just want to own something.
yeah. I mean, in a way, I mean that guy that wanted to buy it, and I've told you about it. He matched you.
Yeah.
Well, he messaged you up recently, didn't
350.
Yeah, he didn't, we never even discussed, literally did not discuss the driveway. He doesn't even know about it, right? And that was, so, he would, in fact, if I went ahead with it, he wouldn't even have access to the back,
Yeah.
you know. So, you know, I'm thinking, well, if I can actually get a slightly better price.
It was a worse price though. He offered you 315. We've offered you 350.
Yeah, but, right, okay.
So you're getting less money, and then you're going to end up with this strip of land that you might not get planning on.
Yeah.
And then you'll think, oh, I should have done that. Well, look, obviously, you don't need to do anything till thingy, but I was just saying it speed things up.
Excuse, you need to allow.
Yeah.
It speeds things up if you sign that, because then you're in a better position. And we both know where each other stands, whereas at the minute, you're coming with, you know, people have offered you this and that and whatever, whereas we've just stuck the same the whole way.
Okay.
Second to last job of the day. So we're fitting a new door to this property that we've done all the damp proof work stuff on. So I go around me damp meter and check it. What we've gone for, we gave them two options, a composite and a cheaper UPVC one, which has a composite look. I think that's alright, to be fair. And then we're going to cut the, oh, I didn't think about, yeah, just tilt that out and bring it out. Right, we're going to try and get this frame out, but some of the bolts are threaded. So how do we get this wooden frame out without damaging the render and without damaging the plaster on the inside? Although the plaster on the inside is going to be easier to fix than the render, I think. That's why. So, because these screws have, because the heads on these screws have rounded off, we're having trouble, aren't we? But I think the best way is just cut where the screws are. So, we'll map that one now, hopefully. We can try that one out now. Oh yeah, sorry, we cut the bottom step. So we cut that in half, that bit come up quite easy. Something that come up on the on the fencer assessment was this. So silicone in the sides, because the wind blows the water down. Right, let's see if we can get this done in an hour. Right, so we've managed to get the old door out. I don't even know whether I've priced to get rid of that. One thing I need to remind myself when I'm doing quotes, just obviously you have waste everywhere. Some of this did come off and it was just inevitable, because look, that was just flopping. So I might have some filling in my pan actually. If we can do that now when we get it in, that'd be even better. But what we've got to do is just level this now. We're gonna foam that to the bottom. What you got to do is probably get me blower as well, Phil. Oh, you're one step ahead, aren't you? And we'll just blow all this out as well. So now we're gonna foam this on. Just want to make sure there's no gaps anywhere on this, and then I'll show you where we silicone afterwards as well. And this gun needs cleaning, it's coming out sideways. Sounds right, so we'll sit that sill on then. Take the sticker off it if you want.
Go get a level.
Yeah. Go and get a level, sit that on. Oh, well, I've already checked that's level, so it should be fine. It's on there, it's just at the back there. And then, right, I'll show you. Put this on. And then we want to make sure that we silicone. Now, there's a damp proof going up the sides of this, so we don't need it. So I remember having this with someone once where, so this is the bit we need to silicone that's important. So what we can do is do that and maybe put a fixing in there, and we silicone this back bit as well. Because if you get the heat gun out, you'll see what can happen is water can go there and the wind can blow it underneath and actually come over this. That was on the assessment then, the fellow saying make sure you do that, because we've had a few that haven't siliconed this bit, and like I say, the wind blows the water under and it actually like trickles over and causes damp here. So yeah, we're gonna screw this down, and or we can silicone it and then put the door on it. Oh, how are we looking for time? 1:45. Did you get black silicone?
I'll go in back fishing in a minute in the back of the boat.
Right, so this is what I meant about silicone. So, and then you put a bit at the back. And then what we can do now is try and get the door in. Now, I think I measured it just inside this because I didn't want to start messing around with that. So what we'll do is lift the door in from the outside in, butt it up to here, and then we'll foam it and get the concrete fixings in ready. Sounds? And then we can fit the panel in afterwards.
Question for you though, how am I getting the back?
What, the one Ronnie on the yard?
Well, in the yard that it comes to working was smoking me.
We'll have to go back that way. We've still got loads of time, don't worry.
No, I'm not worried.
Right, so we've got this in and the panel. I don't mind that panel actually. looks better than some of the other doors we've seen on them. This comes with like a thin plastic insulation and then a thick bit of wood on. So you want the stronger bit basically on the outside if someone tries to boot it in or whatever. Right, and then I'm just going to get these beads in. So I normally get top and bottom in. You'll get the smallest beads in first because then you've got to do what I've done here. Hit that bit in. And then I normally hit the bottom corner in as well. There you go, and then make sure it's pushed down. And as you push that in now, so you want it, that's why you fit the biggest beads last, so you've got the flexibility. You do get some windows like tiny where the beads are just an absolute nightmare to get in because you can't bend them in. Oh, right. Oh, 15 minutes. Right, all done for now. We're just going to come back, and I missed a couple of steps, but we've foamed down the side. I foamed the top, basically foamed all the way around, so there's no heat loss or anything. And we're just going to put some trims, or I think it's trim, unless we can think of something else that'll be a bit better around that. But it's just where obviously the difference between the old thicker wood and this one. So we silicone the bottom, we put the trims on, and we just that one's all right, but we want to put some masking tape to hold it on until the silicone sets on it. But yeah, looks a lot better now. 10 and 2 just moved in, was made up, so right, that's it. I'm going to go to G-Bar now, drop Phil off and go to G-Bar. You got my keys? Yeah. A sign off for YouTube, so am I allowed to go home now?
Yeah.
It's 20 to 9.
Yeah.
Have I done all the jobs?
Yes, you have. Very good. Excellent.
What What do you say to people who are enjoying the channel?
Worthwhile, Jen.
No,
no.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Right, that's the end of the week, the episode, and it's been a good week. It's been probably a stressful week beforehand. However, I feel like I'm finished on a high. Not that I actually forgot about going to G-Bar. I book so many things in, and I say to people all the time, just remind me, because builders forget. Don't get bored of chasing a builder, because we do forget things. But yeah, what a week. Scott and Mick smashing that other job out. Phil and Ronnie have been smashing the job in North Wales out. Ronnie's been cracking on with the welding. Oh, I've got a parcel outside mine. And Dave, Labby, Lewis have been smashing the brickwork out on the eastern job, yeah, behind the house that we sold. What else? And Ben and Paul have been smashing that one out, and me and Ben have passed our fencer certificate assessment. So yeah, everything's good at the minute, and I've sent all the documents off for the yard. You know, you have good and bad weeks in building, and this week's been a good one, so I'm happy. I'm gonna just about to reverse into my porch, which wouldn't be very good, would it? Yeah, you can have good and bad ones. This one's been a good one, so I'm happy. I've just been to Steve's Chippy in Liverpool. What have I got? Salt and pepper shumai and char siu vermicelli with no onion. I don't like onion. I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna go over the road and have a couple of beers and just relax. I've got my family coming around tomorrow, so yeah, good week, happy, things are going well, and yeah, hopefully it continues into next week. We've got a busy week next week, a good one. Right, thanks for watching, and please let me know in the comments what you think of the video.